It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
Oh, don't know how great a day it was 20 minutes ago, but got a lot greater. Canadian, I think I'm going to have an afternoon pint.
I'll need something stronger just to calm my nerves after that one.
Cheers. I am Canadian. My name is Grant, and I am Canadian. Damn proud. Damn proud after that one. Holy frig, I haven't even plugged in all of the my wires yet. I better do the power thing or you won't.
You don't want that dying out on you.
I'll be offline in no time. So, feeling a reverse deja vu from yesterday. Did the Finns bring in Canada's women's coach as a consultant for this game, or what? Like, talk about Katie bar the door. They had Finland had 8 shots in the last 2 periods.
Well, they were playing the trap from the get-go, and it showed.
Yes. Safe as death.
Yeah, well, they got that second goal, that shorthanded goal that put them up 2-0. That really seemed to change how they weren't pushing anything after that. It was beforehand they were taking any opening they had and they were pushing play into the zone. But after that, they just sat on their laurels and just trap is death.
Safe as death. I always love that saying, and that was the case. I mean, you just, I don't know. I felt it coming. That you just you can't sit back like that and expect, especially a team with the firepower of Canada. I mean, holy frig. And it wasn't even the big guys that, until the end there. They played, it's funny, didn't play the Florida guys a lot throughout the tournament. And then when it really mattered, his Hagel's on the fourth line, the fucking Marchand, they put together Marchand, Wilson, and Bennett, and okay, guys. And they were a huge part of Canada getting back in that game. They were arguably Canada's best line the last 2 periods.
Canada switched from their transitional play, their rush offense, to doing building up on a cycle. They used their physicality. They played along the boards, and that's where that line really shined. And they had no choice. Finland forced them to change their approach, which, kudos to Finland, because they despite not getting too many shots off, defensively, they were a juggernaut.
Well, arguably they have better defense group than Canada. I mean, Miro Heiskanen mentioned it the last time we were on, Blaine. I consider him the best defenseman in the NHL. And I think the Finnish coach kind of agrees, because I mean, the stats say he played 27 minutes, but there's no way. He played, I think, close to 40 in this game. He was on, certainly at the very least, every second shift. And it was great.
Mikkola.
Yeah, Mikkola played a fair bit too. Lindell and Heiskanen, they play together a lot, Dallas, but Mikkola as well. Like, that defense group, at the end of the day, was every bit as good or maybe better than Canada's. And I think up until Canada came back there, if you would have pointed to one area where, you say, well, Finland won because of this, I think just that defense, very, very solid.
They made UC Saros's life so much easier.
Yeah.
Canada had a really hard time setting up anybody in front of the net, and when they did, that's when their scoring chances came. There weren't a lot of them, but they capitalized. The second goal, Shea Theodore's goal, went through a crowd. The first goal, Reinhardt's tip, that was because he was at the front of the net. Like
Right.
rare moments when they actually had traffic in front. That's when it worked for Canada.
No, exactly. It was a hell of an effort by Finland, and I give them full credit for
Oh yeah,
coming damn close to beating what looks like a juggernaut of a team. I mean, Canada. You look at it on paper, that should not have been a very close match, but hey, that defense and Saros was solid too. Canada found a way. I didn't know if it was going to be happening, but hey, we're just be glad that they managed to pull it out, because there'd have been a lot of heartbreak if they didn't make the gold medal. I think Canada not playing for the gold in the Olympics with an NHL team just doesn't seem right, does it?
no, especially not this year. I'm going to be very, very, very much a homer and demand that they get something, because this Olympics, there's a lot more on the go. It's more than just hockey. It's more than just some rivalries. I know. I wish it were just the game itself, but it's not.
Yeah, no, for sure. Uh, Filterless Bear. I live in Nashville and would never have heard the end of it if we lost to Finland.
Exactly.
Yeah. Skoy George, I'm going to start drinking too. Oh, give me a break. You've been at her already, Skoy. I know you too well. Not too many people out. I think everyone's celebrating here still a little bit. Well, some people will sneak in, infiltrate us as we go along here. Well, let's just go over the scoring here. Oh, I got thinking. I criticized the Finnish coach, and I criticized Eric Halla earlier in the tournament. Kind of came back to bite me in the ass a little bit there. I mean, Halla. I guess Halla, should have been in the lineup after all. He actually picked up his game as the tournament went along, and then today, of course, could have had the backbreaker with that shorthanded goal. Typically, teams that get a shorthanded goal like that in big games end up winning, and I thought, oh, this isn't a good sign. But Halla had a good game. I'll give him credit for that, and he proved why this isn't Cappy's turn yet to play for Finland in the Olympics next time round.
He's a rookie, and he's only 22 now, so there's a lot of time left for him.
Yep.
And you can't really argue with the distribution of ice time or how anybody was deployed by Finland, because it took Canada everything they had to beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like we're looking at 25 plus minutes for guys like McDavid and
that's right.
Geez, who else had 25 minutes? I think it was McKinnon. Did not have that much.
McCarr and McDavid each led. McCarr, McDavid, and Celebrini all plus 25. Celebrini, frig, eh? What a
San Jose's got themselves a player.
Oh my goodness, he just I really hoped that he'd have got one today, because he certainly had the opportunities, and a few passes that ended up being in his skate when he was open in the middle there. It's funny, I was looking. McKinnon kept taking the draws for that line, and I think, gee, has he got the best face-off percentage of the three? And
50%.
This year he does, but for his career, you know who's the best face-off man of the three? The guy that never took a draw the whole tournament so far, Celebrini. He's at 48-8 for his career. McDavid's 47-7 or something like that, and McKinnon's 46 something. So, but this year, McKinnon's at 51%, and the other two are a little below 50. So McKinnon, but they're making him take draws on both sides, and Finland had the edge.
Zone, yeah.
Finland had the edge in faceoffs in this game, certainly going into the third, and I think Canada started to turn it around there. They had a much better second period. The shots were like, I don't know, I think Finland had about 3 in the second frame.
It was 14-3 after the second period.
Yeah. I mean, just, dominance by Canada, but they only, well, it's a good thing they got that one late in the second period, because it would have been tough. Third period, these European teams protecting a 2-goal lead with a period to go, they just stack them up along the blue line basically, and
it almost cost them. It almost cost Canada an offside on a 27-minute review. I know how much you love those.
I would have showed up at the next Florida GM's meeting with a gun if that would have been overturned.
Just to fit in with everybody in Florida.
Yeah. Oh no, they'd let me in. They'd think, oh, you're one of the boys. Come on in. I'm just protecting myself. No problem.
Just here to pick up my cousin for a date.
Fire it like Yosemite Sam into the ceiling and say, listen up, guys. That's it. Get rid of this stupid frickin' rule. I had a conversation, I don't know if you caught any of it. Dave Jackson replied to a comment that I made yesterday, and he's a former NHL referee. And we had a good back and forth about, because I was saying about the, ridiculous that you can challenge somebody being 3 millimeters offside 45 seconds before a goal, but you can't challenge a team having 8 skaters to 5 right before a goal. And you go, well, yeah, slippery slope, this and that and that. Well, not really. I mean, how often does it happen? Like, if it's an obvious thing, I say, and the OHL does this, and I think the NHL needs to do this, is have every goal reviewed. Have it like it doesn't take long. Just review every goal. It's a quick thing. It's quicker to just review every goal than to stand over at the boards for 5 minutes waiting for the guys on their stupid tablets. That takes longer than an OHL review of every goal. Just the guys waiting and they stand there and they wait till, they give them 5 minutes just looking at the video. Okay, we'll challenge. And then it's another 5 to 10 minutes before you get a ruling. Quicker just to friggin' have every goal reviewed on the spot and get rid of this challenge where, a team gets penalized. Well, and especially when it's the referee's fault for missing the call, and the other and then it ends up that the team that challenges gets penalized on top of that. If it's shown, well, yeah, the ref was wrong, and yeah, the ref was wrong, but you get a 2-minute penalty because you're challenging it. Because the other team, it just have every goal reviewed. And if it's an obvious thing, like one team having 8 men on the ice when they score a goal, it gets overturned. It's a flagrant miss by the refs. They do it for, and then the other argument was, well, it's subjective then, because it's not cut and dried, whether black and white, whether it's too many men on the ice sometimes. Right. But it's not cut and dried with goalie interference. It's not cut and dried with is the stick over the guy's shoulder when he tips it. It's not cut and dried when the kick is it a kicking motion, right? But they look at that. So what's the difference? And the other one is the Jackson was saying, well, yeah, but then you can't review every like if there's a trip 45 seconds before. Well, I'm not saying on like penalties per se like that. I'm talking about too many men on the ice where it's a clear disadvantage for one team over another. I mean, what if in the Stanley Cup final that happened? What happened, Czechia, and it's the game-winning goal, and where they obviously miss it. There's too many men on the ice, and they score, and you can't do anything about it because you can't review penalties. In this instance, too many men on the ice. Yes, it should be part of the review process, and I think the NHL should do what the OHL does, and just quickly review every goal. And if there's something flagrantly missed, like too many men on the ice, then the goal doesn't count. And there's no more of these challenges when the refs made a mistake and the team gets penalized that loses the challenge too. Have every goal reviewed. No more coaches' challenges. It's decided by the video replay. What do you think?
I wouldn't mind that, but I don't think the league will take that on because it'll cause more work for them in some way, shape, or form, and it takes away from that whole the controversy. I think they're happy with the controversies that come. I mean, you can't tell me that the referees who made the missed the toe in the crease call when Brett Hull scored that goal in '99 have ever gone back to Buffalo and lived. Like, you can't. So maybe an alternative would be to just put a 30-second clock on the review, because a timeout's 30 seconds. Do 30 seconds. If you can't figure it out in 30 seconds, it's not obvious enough for an overturn.
No, absolutely. I'm not just, yes.
But yeah,
there has to be a
I would
time
love
limit
if
on
they
the
could
review. But if it's if it's painfully obvious, then you overturn it, But
I seriously doubt they're going to do reviews on everything, because I think they love the controversy.
Yeah. Oh, well. Good for them.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the coaches' challenges can take forever, and I actually think the game would be sped up if you reviewed every goal. And I mean, there aren't that many circumstances, but one of them is a flagrant too many men on the ice, because it's a clear disadvantage.
It is, especially when you got 8 fucking skaters.
Well, yeah. And Jackson would say, well, it wasn't really 8, it was 6, because the 2 defensemen could.
6 of them were in the play.
Yeah.
And they had 2 guys backing them up. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, sorry, but it was 8 friggin' men. And that was ridiculous.
Close to the bench.
No, they weren't. And anyway, and I asked him, so how do refs feel about the a team gets penalized for your linesman screwing up offside? And he didn't really answer that directly, but he did.
Know the answer.
He did basically admit that he's not the hugest fan of the offside challenge thing. And I'm going to see if I followed him on Twitter after that, because we had it was very professional exchange, and I followed him on Twitter right after, and he followed me back. I'm going to see if I can't maybe get him on sometime over the next couple months and talk about a couple of things like that, and get his take on it. I guess he's a ref. He does ref analysis for ESPN, so
okay.
He's already in the media, So I'm going to ask him anyways, and all I can do is say no, right? So we'll see if we can't get Dave Jackson on
See,
some show.
that's the kind of attitude that won me my wife. I went up to her and asked her out. I figured, what's the worst you can do? Say no and crush me?
Yeah, you know what? That's been my downfall with women. Well, it was for 30 years. Just didn't like to hear the no, so I didn't bother asking.
That's
Far
right, I
too
got
many
used to
times.
hearing no.
I know, and I mean, all it is a no. But
Yeah.
anyway, I finally got over that, and actually, online dating helped a lot. You don't have to really ask them directly. Yes, that's where I found my woman. Mikko Rantanen started her all off. You can see why he scored a few goals in the NHL. That was
One or two, yeah.
a hell of a shot. And late in the first period, Canada had the better of the play. That I thought Celebrini and McDavid were going to get 2 or 3. The way they started out flying, they were clicking, and they weren't able to get one. Rantanen scored the first. That was on power play, right? 2 seconds in.
Yes. Yeah, 2 seconds in.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not the NHL, boys. You can't get away with the same stuff.
No. Then the second period, Eric Holla breakaway goal. What did you see on that as far as would you say there was a culprit per se for
Not
Canada
really.
on that one?
I think the Finns just won that board battle.
Yeah.
Makar went down, was trying to dip down to kind of 2-on-1 that board battle, and just as he did, the Finn won the battle and it got the puck up and out of the zone. And Holla was already up high, and he was off to the races. I don't really see a fault there. I just see the Finns taking advantage of a very aggressive Canadian power play.
Yeah. Okay, so Makar at fault. Okay, yeah, I agree. Right after I posted something about it's been working for me. Like I'll say somebody needs to step up. McKinnon last game, and I'm on a bit of a delay because I watch it on Android box, so I'm I'm probably a half minute behind most people on cable and stuff. But I did honestly post, McKinnon needs to step up last game, and 3 seconds later he scored, and I said expect Suzuki to have a big game. I tweeted out last game. That goal was pretty big, eh, Blaine?
It was. Could you imagine what would have happened had he not scored that third goal?
Right. Well, they'd already have a summit. They'd already have a summit called for revisit Canadian hockey. But
does China repossess our hockey at that point? Or
I think we just hand them here. So I guess the tariffs got struck down by the Supreme Court today. So
yeah, I'll believe it when it's actually struck down for real.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
it'd be nice if the tariffs were gone, though. Let's hope.
Yes, it would.
Yes, yes,
it really would.
Yeah. Anyway, Supreme Court in the U.S. struck down tariffs. He's got to go through Congress. They'll probably find a way to finagle Congress into allowing them anyway. But anyway, good news for Canada on the tariff front. To get back to the hockey, though, yeah. So, all right. So I was good there, and then today I said, Makar is deemed to be the best defenseman because this has been working, and I thought, okay, this is after Makar was kind of caught, a little out of position on that second goal. I just said, He's deemed to be the best defenseman in the NHL. Time to step up. And then voila, Cale Makar from the point sneaks one off of sneaks one. I think it hit a fin, did it not? And then Reinhart tipped it.
I think it was just straight onto Reinhardt's stick.
Oh, was
I don't
it?
think
Okay.
Reinhardt saw it coming. Is just his stick was there.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, it looked kind of similar to the Suzuki goal where they were shooting a little bit wider because of all that traffic in front of the net. But it looked maybe like Makar was trying to go to the far side through the crowd because Saros did not see anything.
Okay. Yeah. And I mean, tips. Thank goodness for tips. The last 2 games, eh?
Well, it's part of the game.
That's right. That's right. And I also remember that sequence where Theodore tried to get about 4 shots in from the point, and none of them hit the net.
Well, and I got one.
And then so I tweeted out again. Even Jose would have got one of those through, I said, right? I tweeted. And what happens next? Theodore scores. So my streak of, and then I said, well, okay. Because all the Makar fans are, blah, 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 blah. Old man yells at crowd and all there's always the buddy that puts that meme up, eh? It always shows so much creativity when, hey, I can take a meme that's been used 100 million times and repost it. That I'm brilliant, Anyway, they're pissed off because I dared to question that Makar wasn't playing great, and he wasn't. Let's be honest here. Makar can play better than he was, and he picked it up. But I said, okay. Time for Marchand and Bennett to pick it up, because I said I've been, I seem to be on a roll here with these. I do a little critique and the players get points, and then what happened on that goal, on the Theodore goal, a lot to do with the work of Bennett and Marchand, right? And Marchand went to was it Marchand that hit the goalie?
Bennett. It was Bennett that kind of bumped into him a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. So they got that cycle going. They ground down the Finnish defenders. They kept them in their zone for a solid, it looked like 35, 40 seconds, and kind of tired them out a little bit. Gained all at the top of that zone. I mean, Theodore could have walked in another 5-6 feet before firing that shot.
Yeah.
So they really, that line did an amazing job to create the space to allow Theodore to step in and take that shot.
Yes. And but what I'm getting at here is that I have the Midas touch. And so before the gold medal game, I'm going to so you can thank me for Canada winning that game. And if feel free to send me some money for me. I should be getting credit for this, is where I'm going with all this. I don't normally like to pat myself on the back, but in this instance, I think yes, Nostradamus of the Valley. Exactly. Spoolie, now you get it. Thank you very much. So
Jesus.
You're welcome, folks. I watched on CBC Gem, much to Ben Mulrooney's chagrin. Seems he hate taxpayer-funded channel, even though I pay $1 per month for it on a promo deal. Okay, we're getting political today. No, it was Marchand.
To watch it.
Yeah, I thought it was Marchand. Thank you, Eric, for.
Okay.
It was Bennett that got the penalty earlier for running into.
Well, it's hard to tell which Florida Panther it is.
Yeah, I know.
Because they all do it.
I know it was a pest and Florida Panther player, but
thank you, Eric.
Yeah, but he didn't really. He was pushed in, and it was well before the play. Like they weren't going to overturn that, even though Saros sorry there, Juso, you're gonna have to drown your Saros
Well, the
somewhere else.
second he was able to reset himself and reset for the shot, any chance of that being called down was gone.
Yes. Yeah. No, I was saying that Spoolie. Bennett's was earlier and he got the penalty. But on the Theodore goal, Marchand was pushed in. And but Saros had time to reset. And then Theo got a shot on net. Thank you, Shea. And it went off of Saros's shoulder and in. And at that point, I don't know how you felt, Blaine, but I thought, okay, they're going to win this. They're going to win this game because they were all
Once
over.
they got that second goal, yeah,
Yeah.
they did pick up that really changed momentum a little for them. Everything was uphill. It was an uphill battle for them up until that point. I think that shift, not necessarily the goal, but that shift.
Yeah.
It was a Herculean effort that it took for Canada to keep the puck down in the Finnish end. And then after that, it seemed like the Finns were kind of drained. They didn't have the same energy.
Right. Yeah. They showed Gretzky on the big goal there. And did you notice, did you see that shot of him? And then he was kind of hidden when everybody's celebrating and jumping up and down. And I didn't see the Gretzky head bobbing up and down. I guess he was probably happy, but he certainly wasn't jumping for joy.
Maybe he's just shorter now in his older age.
Maybe. But anyway, I assume he had a smile on his face, but you couldn't really see him. And he certainly didn't jump up or anything, and that's fine. I mean, Wayne took a bit of heat for the Four Nations thing where he didn't wear the Canadian jersey and went and said hello to the Americans on the bench. And
yeah.
Apparently he was wearing a Canada pin today, so good for you, Wayne.
Yes, in the intermission he was. Yeah, he spoke to the panel there during the intermission, and he was wearing a Hockey Canada pin.
Yeah,
not a Canadian flag, just a Hockey Canada pin.
Right. I've got my Hockey Canada.
He's a Hockey Canada player.
I've got my Hockey Canada. I would have played for Hockey Canada too if they'd ever asked me out, but for some reason, Blaine, I never got the call.
Neither did I. I think they said something about sorry, but we have standards.
Yeah, we're looking for talent,
players.
Yes.
Yeah. You got the same call I did.
What's that?
You got the same call I did.
Yeah. No. They did call me and said, we
Stop calling us.
Yeah, we thought we'd go with skill and and elite hockey sense. Oh, okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's fine. Guys that could skate. Oh, okay. All right, fair. Thanks for letting me know. So yes, and then it's tied 2-2. Thinking, you know what? We got this. We got it in the bag. Actually, I felt the same way after we tied the checks. I just said, well, they're going to find a way to pull this off. Had to tie it first, though. And then McKinnon. They get the penalty the last 2.5 minutes. That had to be tough on Finland Day. Like if the shoe was on the other foot there.
It's a tough penalty to take.
It is. A high stick.
But it's one of those. It's a no-brainer. They have to call that.
Well, he did high stick him. He didn't look like they were going to, though, right?
It was yeah.
It was a delayed freaking call. I mean, I didn't see the other ref. I don't know if the other ref had his hand up. Maybe you can only see the ref behind the net.
Yeah.
But it had to be a good sell job by him there. Pulled the head back, did the Plekanec's head pull back thing pretty well there on that one, and well, he got the stick in the face, and 2.5 minutes left, something like that. Canada goes to the power play, tied 2-2, out shooting them a crazy amount. It ended up 39-17, the shots on goal, apparently, or that's a different stat. Oh, I closed the wrong. Anyway, McKinnon wins it. And Tina, unfortunately, had a meeting at 1:00. Poor girl. I know she works for the government, and she had been watching it with her laptop, and they had some friggin' meeting scheduled for weeks, eh? And it happened to be at 1:00. Couldn't have been worse timing, but she heard me yell. And
Well, I work for the government as well, and
yes.
I had a meeting that was scheduled for 11, and then another one scheduled for 1 my time, which would have been 10 and noon for you guys out east, and well, out west for me. And somehow both of those meetings, somebody canceled them just out of the blue.
Oh,
It's
just out of the
weird.
blue, eh?
Yeah,
Well,
not me. I had to be on the meetings. I wasn't in charge of the meetings. Somebody else canceled them, and I just kind of went with it.
yeah,
Nobody said a word.
yeah,
We just live with it.
good stuff. McDavid and Celebrini each got to assist. 36 seconds left. Oh boy. It's they got to stop doing this. They can't do this in the yesterday's game. By the way, I haven't mentioned it yet, but that that was heartbreaking for the Canadian women. Have that lead for 58
Yes.
minutes, pull a goalie, and they score to tie it up, and then win it in overtime like that. You said you were kicking a few things around the house after that.
Yeah, there's stuff off the table. The a couple of cushions got flung across the room, maybe. You know, usual stuff.
Cushions, okay. You don't have one of those foam bricks, do you?
No, no. I wish I had.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
try
well,
to contain my emotions as much as I can, but sometimes you just can't.
yeah, yeah. Mark, I had a meeting at 1 p.m. too. I canceled it.
Attaboy.
Skoy George works for himself. I canceled my own meeting with myself. Good. That was a good call there, Skoy George.
Know your employees best. That's the best way to go.
Yes, yes. I decided not to schedule a podcast at 1:00. Smart, eh?
Every now and then.
How was Finland able to clog up the ice so well? 2 words: Miro Heiskanen. Dude is
Well,
unbelievable.
and it's also the Finnish style of play too. I mean, every player coming up in their system from day one is taught how to play a defensive style of game,
Yep.
and it's second nature. So when you add somebody with the skill level of Miro Heiskanen, it really shines.
Yeah, for sure. Fufa fo fum. Canada played very well, but their defense is missing a second or third rushing defenseman. Yeah. And who could that have been? Matthew Schaefer? He'd
Yeah,
look good in this tournament, I think.
even if you brought him in and used him as the seventh defenseman.
I know way. I really think that they dropped the ball on that. Like, how good has Celebrini been? He's a
been better than
teenager.
advertised.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Superstar.
I got to watch Celebrini play in college in his draft year, and you're watching him and you're like, yeah, he's got all these different skills, but it didn't seem like he had it all together quite yet. Like you knew he was going to go first overall, but you're not thinking, here comes somebody who's more than just a franchise level player. Like you're looking at him saying, yeah, this is going to be a number one center. But then at the end of the game, he's got 4 points, 3 hits, 5 block shots. And he just done at the end of the game, you're kicking yourself saying, how did I not see this for what it is? And this is a kid that's going to be, he's going to be Canada's cornerstone for a long time.
Well, Schaefer and him, yeah. Could have been.
Definitely Celebrini. Schaefer's going to have his coming out party in 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Francois with the burning question. Trump said he might attend the match if U.S. are in the final. Do you think Gretzky will sit next to him? Probably not. I think he might. Even Gretzky might know that wouldn't be smiled upon in his native country too well. We'll see.
Does he come back here at all? Like, does it matter?
Yeah, well, no, I think probably not. Or Cash Patel, if he's there, I don't know that he'll sit with Cash either.
Why would anyone want to sit with him?
Because Gretzky was at a hockey game with him last year.
I think he just gave him a free ride.
I think it was it at the Four Nations that they sat together? I don't know, wherever it was. Something. Bennett went straight in. Yeah, 2 different plays. No, yeah. Yes, it was Marchand. I am Nostradamus. Parayko with a great game on D today.
He was solid.
When you don't notice him too much, that's what you want from Parayko.
He played the high percentage plays.
Yes, I don't want to be noticing Colton Parayko too much. You know, he's not going to be doing an end-to-end rush. He's, his job's clear the front of the net, clear the rebounds, all that good stuff. And yeah, I thought he stepped up and had a pretty solid game today.
He cleared the puck off the glass. He carried the puck out of the zone, dumped it in. Once he crossed the red line, he played it simple.
Yes, and that's how he needs to play, and that's how he'll need to play when he's wearing the red, white, and blue in 3 weeks' time after his trip. Washington's red, white, and blue, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. What, you thought you didn't think I was thinking Habs there?
No.
Okay, good. All right, Blain. You have to go do a dad thing.
Gotta be a dad. It happens every now and then.
Yeah, well, happier dad than you would have been. I wouldn't want to have been kidding your car in 20 minutes if they'd have lost that game.
Well, I think the kid that's going to be in my car in a few minutes would be more upset than me, because when I was kicking cushions, he was throwing, he was throwing things.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah. So it would have been 2 Grumpelstiltskins side by side.
Yeah, I feel bad for my wife and daughters when teams lose games.
Okay, Blain. Sunday, what are you up to Sunday? 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. You going to be at home?
I think so.
Okay. Well, maybe you can join us for the celebration after the gold medal win.
Maybe.
All right. I'll double check with you, but hopefully you're on board. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks for coming out, Blain, and have a safe trip.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Go Canada. Talk to you soon. Blain Potvin, folks. The one and only. Mark, thank you very much for the donation. Go Canada, go. Thanks for hosting the show during the Olympics. Hey, no problem. These games are great. We've been waiting for far too long for best on best. You know, that's true, eh? Excuse me. It's been something like 12 years since something ridiculous like that. Far too long. Far too long for sure. And you notice the sponsors' logos there. Thank you for somebody for reminding me. Next Level Hockey. I'm going to go to a conference in July and talk to kids and parents. I got a bunch of bullet points from him that I'll start to utilize. He wants me post game shows to give him a little push, but I've been doing it during the Olympics as well. Mike Bonin Country is his name, and it's a family affair. I think his dad helps out his brother. They're all Mike played good levels of hockey, played in Europe, really good hockey player till he got injured. Runs a great hockey school, skills development. Owen Beck folks was part of the group, which is pretty cool. They're specialists in hockey development, trusted by NHL prospects. Whether you're looking to elevate your shooting, skating, stick handling, or overall game, NLH is here to take your game to the next level. So visit them at nextlevel-hockey.com and follow their Instagram at Next Level Hockey for daily tips, posts, and updates. You know someone you know, if you or someone you know have young, aspiring hockey players who want to elevate their game, trust Next Level Hockey to guide them forward. Next Level Hockey, it's in the name. There, thanks, Mike. He wrote a spiel up for me. So there's their Instagram, and there's their email. So Next Level Hockey. Thank you, Mike, for supporting the cause. The Logs End to reclaimed wide plank flooring, logs taken right from the Ottawa River, made into beautiful, beautiful pine flooring. They also have all types of hardwood, beautiful stuff. Hey, if it's good enough for this guy, Yvan Cornway, it's good enough for you. Visit their website at www.logsend.com. Tell them Grant and Yvan sent you, and they'll look after your needs. All right. Francois with the Toonie. Thank you very much, Francois. Hey, Grant, great show once again. Go Habs, go. Go Canada, go. Thank you, Jacques. And by the way, hit that like button if you don't mind. If you're tuning in, I'd really appreciate it. So, big game coming up for Slav. I didn't get a chance to. Reinhardt had to dump the puck in. Yeah. I hope Finland will dress Kapanen for the bronze medal game. Maybe, eh? At least give him one shift for freaking coming over. Hattie for Slav against US, please. Yes. Team Musolani saying beating Canada and the refs is impossible, I guess. Oh. These sour grapes, eh? Yes, we need to get the Slav Suzuki final. That'd be great. Well, I'm going to be obviously going big time Slav here. If tell you what, folks, if Slovakia pulls it off, I'll do another post game, and hope you can join me because I'll be almost as pumped as Canada winning. Not quite, but damn close. I think a lot of Habs Nation is huge Slovakia fans here this afternoon. Safe to say. Sorry to my friend in Tennessee there, but I will be cheering against the U.S. today. Well, every game. It's just the way it is. doesn't help that they snubbed Caulfield and Hudson. I don't think either. It's one of the reasons for sure. But McKinnon is on fumes, hurt and sick. Morrissey better play too. Yeah, I hope Morrissey's in there. They miss him. He's, as far as I'm concerned, he might be the best defenseman in Canada right now. McCarr, second half of this year, I don't know if he's been a top 5 defenseman. Check out his stats, and it's not just his point totals, but just his play in general. Hasn't been fantastic the last 30 games. After the game, everyone is celebrating. McDavid and McKinnon just sit together on the bench, stone-faced. They know the weight they have to carry. Hey, it's more relief than happiness. I've heard that more than once from the big guys that, have so much pressure on them, right? Playing for Canada, you got that flag, that maple leaf on the front of your jersey. Yeah, they've got there's a lot riding on it, but hey, who was in on that winning goal, right? Those two, and then celebrating the next one. So kind of cool. I will hold you on that. Yeah, sure. Folks will show up if Slav pulls it off. Hey, even if they lose and Slav gets 3 points, I'll do a show. What the hell? So those are the stipulations. Slovakia wins or Slav has a big outing. Either one of those things, I'll do a post game after the Slovakia US game too. What the hell? Mark, yeah, I'll show up if you do a show. All right. Okay. So there you go. Slav, you need any more incentive than that? I don't think so. Double HabsCast. I mean, how could, can get me any more pumped to win than that? Well, maybe playing for your country and being the hero of your country, perhaps. You think McDavid, you talk about McDavid and McKinnon having weight to carry. That Slav guy, it's even more so for him. But I mean, they're playing with house money, right? The Slovaks, they don't have any pressure on them other than themselves to win. So yeah, I really hope that Slav comes up big. It was kind of cool, actually, the last game that other guys stepped up. They didn't just rely on him because he kind of got them there. But then others won it in the last game. Now it's Slav's turn again. He's going to have the game of his life. And goalie's going to have the game of his life. Defense is going to have to play better than they've ever played before. Expect Slav to be double shifted, and Dvorsky, hopefully he can step up big again. Love the kid, as many know. I ranked him 3rd overall in the Reinbacher draft. So I'm a huge Dvorsky guy too. So go Slovakia, go. All right. I don't know why Europeans insist on. I don't know. I don't see the Canadians getting the calls. I guess we kind of look at it with a bit of bias, but did people find that? I guess maybe he's a little upset about them getting that late penalty, but shoes on the other foot. I'm sorry. That penalty's getting called against Canada. Yeah, they're still saying that Heiskanen played 27 minutes, but I have a hard time being convinced that he wasn't out there more than half the game. And especially in that third period, he had to have played a dozen minutes. Yeah, Scott, you're going to show up for the post game? Okay, sounds good. All right, 2:21. We'll go for a few more minutes here. Try to keep it to an hour today. Well, because I might be doing another one, right? Did you see anybody playing for the Czechs that could help the Habs on defense? No. Like, what are you thinking here? Like somebody that's playing in the Czech league or something? I don't think so. Can't honestly say there that I was, really have my scouting cap on for this tournament, other than whenever Latvia was playing and Schmitz was out there. I haven't been paying much attention to things like keying on the defenseman on the Czechs, for instance. Like, I'm watching the puck, I'm watching the play when Canada's playing against Czechs. I'm not watching the Czech defensemen and scouting them per se. So your guess is as good as mine, but nothing. Like, I don't know. Montreal has a pretty decent defense group. Like, put it this way, they have no one on there that I like more than Reinbacher. By the way, I did another Reinbacher video, looked at his last game. These people that say that he's turnover machine and all that, I don't know. The last 5 games I've looked at, he's maybe turned over the puck twice. And I mean, it's going to happen every now and then, but people that I don't know where, like, I don't know what they're watching, because he's rarely turns the puck over. Like, I mean, rare. And if he does, it's not blatant. But I get people waiting, oh, he turns over pucks that all the time that turn into great scoring chances. And I don't know. I don't know where, where they get that. Okay, so so you're talking about like NHLers. Okay. Well, I'm not going to go by what I see in a couple of games in the year for whether, I mean, go by what I've seen from Hronek. I did a video on Hronek earlier in the year. You can see it out. You can find it on. You go back 2 months. I did a scouting video on Hronek. Actually, it's on my Patreon page. May not be available to non-subscribers, but I scouted Hronek. I don't know. I mean, he's a slight upgrade on Carrier. Little bigger, I don't think they're gonna get someone who's a little better than Carrier to replace him, and then have to pay the price for it when Reinbacher is better than both of them. You just, when he comes up. So no, I don't think so. Johnny, LA, Line to LA? I don't know. They already picked up one guy that doesn't check his hat. Are they gonna? I mean, Panarin he doesn't want to get involved in the play away from the puck much at all. So are they going to get Line too? I don't know. I mean, this is Kopitar's last dance. I guess maybe if they want to try to win it for Onze, but Do they have the cap room? LA after getting Panarin? Simon Benoit from DO because he's Parlez-vous français there, Mark? Or they're not getting a defenseman from Toronto. I can't see it. I wouldn't mind getting Benoit. I mean, big physical guy, but does Toronto help out Montreal? They rarely make trades, right? I don't foresee it happening. But and I mean Toronto, as long as they're within striking distance, I don't see them doing something like that. And they're not out of it. That wouldn't go over too well. I'm still in the playoff race and trade one of their defensemen to the Habs. I don't see that being a real popular with their fan base. Not that that's how you make trades, but so they're 6 points out. No, unless they, they're 10 back, 8 back, maybe at the trade deadline. I don't see them selling. B, if you add Fiala, there's tons of space. Yeah. Oh, that's true. Fiala out now too. Well, I don't know. With Fiala out, do they even go for it now? Right? I don't know. You almost have to without Fiala, how are they going to win? I don't know. Like they probably were looking to add something along with Panarin, but it kind of cancels us out now with Fiala gone. So I don't know. Back from the sports bar. What a game. Still in Bangkok. Hey, Don. Yeah. Were they cheering on Canada loudly? How much did you have to bribe the manager to put the Habs game on? Or the Canada game. I guess people in Bangkok are watching the Olympics, I guess. Thailand's not known for their Winter Olympic teams, but Canada's going to need to play the best game of their lives to win the gold. Get some contributions from guys who have done nothing, Hagel, etc. Yeah, that'd be good. Hagel's been a little quiet. Yeah. Team effort. Susie didn't tear it up today either. He was okay, but it's not easy when you kind of bounced around different lines. But Hagel has been underwhelming. Reinhardt certainly should be playing ahead of him at this point. Hopefully he does. Maybe Hagel's the extra guy, right? Maybe Sid's back. I kind of doubt it if he missed today's game, but get a couple more days rest in there. Someone mentioned Jacky might be a candidate for offer sheets since the team might offer a contract Habs could be uncomfortable giving. Yeah. Maybe. When's the last time a goon or whatever enforcer got an offer sheet? I'd be surprised. Yeah. Nick had a couple of he didn't play poorly today. Just didn't, wasn't dangerous offensively today. A lot of guys been following. That ice was horrible today. I noticed it in the second period, especially about halfway through. Like there was about this much. It was like they were playing on an outdoor rink. It seemed like, and that didn't help Canada because I think they had an advantage speed wise up front. It kind of hurt them a little bit, I thought. Last two trades with Toronto, Plekanec and Georges, who refused the trade and then went to Buffalo. Management broke his heart. Yeah. Well, I mean, the Plekanec trade, from a personal standpoint, he didn't like to see it, but they lost in the first round, and they got a pretty high draft pick for it, so could have been worse. Georges, well, you had to love Josh. You had to love that he refused to trade to the Leafs too. Renat Valiev and Kirby Reichel and a 2018 second round pick. So, considering he played 10 games for the Leafs or something like that, and then went back, it turned out okay, I thought. And it ended up what? Getting him Hudson? So if you could do that trade again, I think you do it all day, right? It turned out okay for the Habs, safe to say. Slush pond, that ice. Yeah, I know. The ice was not good, was it? Personally, was never a Georges fan. Can't remember how many times I was cursing out for blocking the goalie. I know it's not a popular opinion. Well, he was a gamer. Okay. Leafs got a Habs took the second round pick in 2018 and took Jakob Olofsson 56th overall. Oh, frick. Why did it say? The Tomat Plekanec trade tree, how the Habs got Lane Hudson. So how did it? So they took Olofsson. Okay. Okay. It was Valiev that became part of the tree then. Valiev only played 2 games with the Canadiens and didn't record a point. Just a few months later, he was traded alongside Matt Tiarmina to the Calgary Flames for Brett Kulak. Okay. So it wasn't the second round pick that got. Yeah, it was Valiev to get Kulak. William Lagesson, 2022 second round pick, 7th round pick, which ended up being, they ended up trading Kulak for Lagesson, a second round pick that became Hudson and Bergquist. So Plekanec, in a weird kind of way, got them Olofsson, got them Bergquist, and got them Hudson and Lagesson. So you look at it in that regard, I think the Habs did okay. Thank you, Mark Bergevin, once again. Yeah. Oh, well, it cost them Plekanec and Matt Tiarmina for Hudson and Lagesson and Bergquist. So, yeah, I do that trade all day. All right, folks. Again, if Slovakia wins, I'll do a podcast. If they lose, but Slav has a hell of a game, I'll do a podcast. If neither of those things come true, I won't do a podcast after the Slovakia game. Is that a deal? All right. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Hype button. All that good stuff. Do I think that Montreal's priority is to improve the offense or defense for the playoffs? I think defense, and at forward, I think size, grit, size, defense. I think are the priorities. And it's often the case for teams going into the playoffs, right? And amongst that, a veteran leader, big, gritty veteran leader or two. I think that's going to be the priorities for the Habs. Try to be a little more playoff ready, you know. What time's the Slovak game here? 3:10 or something like that? It's kind of coming up pretty soon. $3:10. Okay. Good stuff. All right, folks. I'm going to call it a day or call it an afternoon. Might see you this evening. I hope so. Go Slovakia, go. Go Canada, go. Bye for now. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you later today.